Question of the Week from the Naked Scientists.
Hello and welcome to Question of the Week. I'm James Titko. Today's question comes in from Garth.
My question is, how come water cannot penetrate the skin, but certain medications and makeup creams allege they can penetrate muscles beneath the skin? Thanks.
Great question, Garth. For the most part, water is blocked by the outermost layer of our skin, the stratum corneum, a very thin but very effective barrier. Penetrating this biological brick wall is a challenge for drug delivery to the lower levels of the skin and the subject of ongoing research. But here to tell us more is Professor Richard Guy at the University of Bath.
Thanks, James. In actual fact, water can penetrate the skin from inside out, and outside in for that matter, but less so, by passive diffusion. The water concentration inside the body is about 50 molar. Outside it's much less than that, meaning that there's a strong driving force for water to escape from the body, especially as an adult's body surface area is between 1.5 and 2 square metres, or 15,000 to 20,000 square centimetres. So, how can we as human beings exist on terra firma without having to continually drink lots of water? The answer, as you point out, James, is the stratum corneum, a very thin but very effective barrier to water penetration. We say it looks like a brick wall, with keratin-filled corneocytes providing the bricks, and intercellular lipids organised in multiple bilayers, the cement or mortar. Transport of compounds across the skin appears to be constrained to the tortuous intercellular lipid-filled pathway, making the passage of hydrophilic compounds like water quite limited, but not zero.
So how could we target therapies to traverse this almost watertight frontier?
Medications and cosmetic creams per se do not penetrate the skin, but the chemical constituents of which they are comprised do, although not all to the same extent. Generally speaking, smaller molecules permeate better than bigger ones, and very big ones, for example collagen, do so negligibly in amounts that cannot be measured by available techniques. Cream containing collagen may feel good when you rub it on, but the collagen molecules therein are not going anywhere. Chemicals that are more lipid-soluble than water permeate better, but there's a limit to how much lipid solubility you want for a chemical to cross the skin. Superlipophilic ones might like being in the stratum corneum, but they'll never leave it. So, while drugs and cosmetic actives with the optimal properties applied to the skin can be absorbed into the stratum corneum, epidermis, dermis, underlying tissue, the muscle as Garth points out, and eventually the blood. But the deeper you go, the less you'll find in each successive layer or compartment. So a drug applied topically to elicit a pharmacological effect centrally, think of a patch containing nicotine where the site of action is the brain, has to be really potent and effective at very small doses.
So Garth, water struggles to penetrate the skin due to the stratum corneum, a highly effective barrier made of keratin-filled cells and lipid layers. However, certain small, lipid-soluble drug and cosmetic molecules can diffuse through, though their penetration decreases with depth. Thanks for sending in that question. Next time, we'll be answering this one from listener Elaine on thalidomide, a past treatment for morning sickness.
Hello, thank you for all your hard work producing such a fabulous podcast. My question to you is, my mum has had thalidomide baby and as a consequence has a misshapen hand. No issues that we are aware of have been passed to my brother or myself, which seems to be the case for others in a similar situation. Why is this the case? And is there any risk of faulty genes being passed to future generations via my brother or myself? Thanks very much. Bye.
If you think you know the answer, why not log on to our forum and have your say? It's nakedscientists.com/forum. And be sure to drop us a line if you have a question of your own. It's chris@thenakedscientists.com. Until next time, from me, James Titko, thanks for listening and goodbye.
Question of the Week is part of the Naked Scientists podcast. Look us up online at nakedscientists.com.